Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about the service program. So far we have talked about the mobile side of things and how that works, how it's used out in the field. We have also talked about the route schedule and how management can use that, can make changes. Today we're going to look a little bit at what's the next step. What is all this bringing us to? The the program essentially is going to be bringing us to what are called route tickets. And so what that means is that when a stop is completed, closed out for the day, it is then, once we sync the mobile devices, it's going to come over into the service program into what's called a route ticket. So you're going to want to go ahead and sign into the service program just like you normally would, like we talked about before. Once you're into the program, if there's any ticket list or anything showing in the front screen, you're just going to close out of it. Right now you can see the screen is blank. So you're going to come up here to the top on the left where it says Route Info. You're going to click on Route Info. You're going to come down here now and you're going to click on Route Ticket List. Don't go too far. Don't hit the tickets pending to post. You're going to hit Route Ticket List. Click on that. And this is going to show you all of the tickets that have been produced. Okay, tickets that are going to be here have not been posted to QuickBooks for invoicing or closed out on our end. You're going to see it's similar to the route schedule in the sense that it's got the same type of windows. You can search, you can bring up just one employee, date, or search by customer. You're going to have a list from most recent going down, the employee, customer name, what stop it was. Here it's going to give you the times. What was that arrival time? What was that departure time that was set? It's going to show us the amount of time on the job site. This is going to be something that, as management, will be a great tool for you to pull up and take a look at what's going on out in the field. As you get to know the stops and the clients, you'll get a rough understanding of how long it takes to clean a certain area, and you'll be able to take a look at this and pretty quickly determine if it looks like it's fairly correct, or let's say normally it's a 2-hour stop and they were there for 45 minutes. Might raise a red flag that you might want to look into. You can come over here, it's just going to give more date information. This is going to give you the ticket number that we're going to go into in just a moment. One thing we do want to take a look at, however, is one of the reasons that you're going to bring this up probably daily is you're going to be looking for those route notes. You want to see what kind of comments are along with the times. Okay, so you're going to look at, typically you're going to be looking at the day of. So you can see here today we've got a couple stops by Pam, 3 stops by Pam, 1 by Tanya. Oh, and we've got a stop in here that's a test stop for Douglas that was done today. In the future, you're going to see obviously a lot more as we implement this forward. But you're going to want to come over here to the right, you're going to page over to the right, and you're going to look at these route notes, or comments rather. These comments are going to be what is left by the employee out in the field. Okay, we can see, and this one actually happened this morning. So it was Pam at Brad and Jane Newman. This is real world. They're still doing remodeling. Okay, so we know that there was something going on there, and she reported that to Yvonne to let her know. If you take a look at stop right here, we've got this guy named Douglas. This is just done as a test stop, but you can see that it's got the times listed. You come over here and you can see that, oh, we've got some notes. Unable to clean master bedroom. Okay, so we've got something that we want to take a closer look at. All right. To do that, what we're going to do is we're just going to come right back over here left a little bit, and we're going to click on that it says order number. Okay. Anything that's blue, if you remember, you can double click and it's going to take you into it, to another screen. Okay. So now you're actually in the route ticket. Now, there might be a little bit less information here because this was just a test ticket and it's done under admin, so it doesn't have all the client information. But again, you can see the arrival time and departure time. Now, here you can change the times. So let's say, for example, you have an employee that calls you up or emails you and says, I forgot to clock out on this one or close out on this one, or the time that I closed out was incorrect because I remembered and I did it 45 minutes later. You can come in here and you can change that time to the correct time. Or, for example, this morning when a stop, the client actually declined. It was not the employee's fault. It wasn't Christian Cleaning's fault. Client declined due to some construction they've got going on. So we wanted to pay an employee for their time for showing up and doing it right. So what we're going to do is come in here, and depending on what Yvonne decides or what she has dictated to management to do, we put in for an hour here. Okay. This is going to be what we're going to be paying employees off of. So this is going to be pretty important. We want to get this information correct. We're going to come over here and we're going to see comments. Okay. Unable to clean master bedroom due to vicious attack dog. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. All right. Well, that's good to know, because the time that was set on this, which we did not change, I was talking about the other ticket, but for this one, this was the time. So maybe normally it's got another hour to it. And we're like, okay, something's not right here. Well, here we can see kind of what's going on. There is a further view, however, and whenever we have notes like this, we always want to check to see if there's pictures. Okay. To do this, what you're going to do is you're going to come up here to view signed ticket and click on that. What this is going to bring up is, it's not an invoice, as it says right here. It's more or less like a receipt. Okay. Over here you will have the service address. This is simply not here because, again, this was a test ticket that I did myself. You get the ticket number, date, what stop number it was. It's going to show you again those times. You cannot make any changes in the screen. It is simply a view. Okay. Come down here again. You've got the comments. Okay. This in here, the service summary. I'm still taking a look at this. Have to work out with the service program what we're going to include, what we're not going to include. But you're going to always just page all the way down here. Service photos. Okay, so this is going to be the only place that you can actually view photos, and you have to go look for them. So if there's any comments at all, you're definitely going to want to go check for those. I think that we need to convey to all of our employees that if they're going to take photos, they need to leave some type of a comment, because otherwise we'd have to go in and do this for every single ticket and check, and that doesn't seem very efficient. So we want to let them know that they need to leave a comment, even if they don't really want to say a whole lot, but they just want to say, hey, I took some pictures you need to look at. Okay, you're going to come down here, you're going to click to view. What do we got going on here? Oh, there we go. There's a picture of that vicious attack dog. All right, as you can see, she was a killer, pretty scary, would not let me into that master bedroom. I have it on good word that this vicious attack dog may or may not be named Patches. Very killer dog. Gotta be careful there. Okay. We have another photo here. And obviously I'm kidding around, but really, if let's say there's some damage or something, and it was that way when they got to the stop, and they wanted to make sure that they documented that as something that was there but they did not do, this would be a great place to have those photos. Okay, and then you're just going to simply click out of here, close out. That does actually kind of pull up a whole nother screen, just so you know. So you do have to exit out of that to get back to your route ticket being inside the route ticket detail. And that is pretty much what you need to know on, what it is that it's producing, what those route tickets are, how they're utilized, how you can personally utilize those as management, checking those times, changing the times if you need to, reading the comments, viewing any kind of pictures that may be there. Just like always, instead of hitting the X, you're going to hit that close. And then you're not going to do anything further with this at this point. Okay, you're not going to click on anything else. This will then either be posted to QuickBooks for an invoice, or if it is a non-invoice stop, it will be removed. And at this time, we're not going to go any further into that, but we may in the future, depending on Yvonne's needs and what she would like. So again, you're going to just close out, and that's all you have. I do want to just point out one thing that you may have realized, but just to make sure, we'll go back into this route ticket list. Let's say in the future, as the company's growing in the future, maybe you'll have 10 employees that you're supervising each, and I'm just kind of making up a number. So as you're looking, you're going to have a lot of stops to go through. Please remember, and I did mention, these are your filters up here. So what you can do is, let's say I just want to look at Pam today. Okay. And come in here, set that date. Okay. I have noticed that it seems like it's pulling up more than just a date, but it does populate at the top, which I think it was doing anyways. But we've got Pam stops all for today. So that makes it a little bit easier just to view, her stops and only her stops for that day. Makes it a little bit more precise. So I just wanted to show that. And again, if you want to set it back to everyone's stops, best way to do that, just like in the route schedule, page over a little bit here, click that reset button, and that just removes those filters. And now you can see everybody's stops for the day. And it may very well be a situation where you're simply coming over here and you're looking for any stops that have route notes, and that's really all you're looking for, or your times. Okay, always close out before you close the program. And that is all I have for you today. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.